I want to come back to a whole range of points, but let's finish off the nuclear discussion before we go on to some of the publications you've produced, and before we go on to the whole greenhouse gas issue, which I think possibly is caused by the growth of world population. So we've got sort of three blocks here. The International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna.
Vienna.
Where are we with it?
First of all, it is if the IAEA didn't exist, it should be founded today. It brings together the common care we have about the planet and the use of energy. They try to harmonize the development of nuclear energy over the world, and it does so, but not with perfect efficiency, because it was first of all meant to stop the use and the building of nuclear weapons, because nuclear weapons are terrible things. And there are a number of countries who are not willing to cooperate.
And which are?
Well, North Korea, but a number of others. Israel is no member, and so on. They are not open to it. We are guessing. Yeah?
In the case of Iran, I suppose we're developing nuclear for peaceful purposes, or so we believe.
Yeah, but it's always connected.
It's always connected.
So
that is a concern.
Technologies to make nuclear reactors comes very close to the technology you use for a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole issue then, if we're going to see nuclear as a source of energy in the transport mix, be it maritime, be it rail, for example, I don't know, long distance rail on the Trans-Siberian Railway, is this a solution for the future? So on one hand we've got the whole political debate about nuclear. On the other hand, we've got a sensible demand for nuclear for transport because it doesn't create emissions. So are we ever going to see these two massive gaps closed? Right?
We can hope. And if we don't try, we certainly will not succeed. But we need to work on it and to think about it and do our utmost best to harmonize it and stop it.
I would question if this is really a sustainable approach, because you need to generate the electricity somewhere. If you do it in a nuclear power station, that's not the best use of it. So would you believe that the use of ammonia or hydro energy in engines are a more sustainable future?
Difficult to say. The thing, so we have here now those electrical cars. Also here in the street, rich people here in the street have those electrical cars. But yeah, it's based on old-fashioned or batteries. Maybe cars driving on ammonia would be a nice idea. Yeah.
Even storage for hydrogen or nitrogen requires a kind of battery.
Yeah.
So the purpose of battery is to store energy and to release it at another point in time.
So the maritime sector is heading, I think, towards liquid natural gas. They're preparing to bunker ships with LNG tankers in ports like they do with diesel and heavy fuels. Is this the long-term solution, LNG, or is this a part-time solution till we come up with, I don't know,
LNG is close to methane, and it's a source of CO2.
So why is the shipping industry going down this line? Because there's nothing else.
Money.
There's nothing else that's economic at the moment apart from
economic.
LNG.
Possible. The economic boundary is always there in every discussion. It's too costly. We cannot do it. We cannot afford it. But perhaps someday we are forced to do it.
Well, LNG has the reputation of cleaner emissions. Yes, still CO2, but no sulfur, no NOx, or limited NOx, no dust. So it's considered to be cleaner. It will not solve our greenhouse gas issue.
No.
This is the kind of things, I guess, that we need to become aware of as consumers as well. So we have the choices.
Anyway, on nuclear, I think we're pretty clear. It's a good idea conceptually, but there are capital investment consequences and there are political consequences. I think that's sort of almost...
And also add the problem of the radioactive waste. So when you have used the system, it's still there, and there is still a radiating matter connected with it.
So that's got to be...
And radiation is a health problem. Yeah, it's a serious problem. We should keep those things outside of our living area.
So the International Atomic Energy Agency presumably has got that as one of its major responsibilities.
Radioactive waste, and also in the public feeling about nuclear is the radioactive waste is a major problem which is not solved. And well, we cannot undo in an easy way the radiation from those ashes. It should die out, and it is sometimes a question of tens of thousands of years. They should be outside our living area.
So let's move. We've now agreed ammonia is something for the future.
Yeah.
Methane's a problem. Greenhouse gases are absolutely a problem, which takes us neatly into climate change. Now, the whole issue of climate change is in the public domain, but is this one of the major concerns, you've got in looking at what advice you might pass to the next generation? Would you say that climate change is top of the pile for the next generations?
We don't see easy solutions. And it is all driven...
Well, for example?
Waste in general, toxic waste,
Right.
The driver of this, maybe that's the point then to say it, is the enormous overpopulation of the earth.
Is it not so much that the problem is man-made, it's just that there's too many mans? So that may be the problem, because in 1800 the world population was 1 billion.
You see, here in Europe we had also families of with 10 children.
Right.
And we know it is not sustainable. We now have families with an average of 2 because of education and all these things. So, and I do not want to speak about sterilization programs or so, it's an education thing, but it is an enormous problem. It's driving, in fact, every other problem we have on the earth.
So that is
too many people.
Number one.
Yeah.
I'm getting very concerned on things. In why the governments, we as consumer, we must stop now. We don't have another 20 years' time.
No, but wait, here we are, sitting in a lovely room in Arnhem, in the Netherlands, talking about this, and you're almost saying that, and okay, other global bodies are talking about it, but there's no evidence of political will, are you saying, across Europe, certainly across the United States, to actually deal with this?
No strong commitments.
No.
There's an awful lot of people not paying attention.
Yeah. What should we do? I mean, I will not advocating a sterilization program on large scale.
No.
We cannot do it, but it is the idea.
And it's us making the difference. There. Allow me this to mention that there is this new app which you can have on your iPhone or on your smartphone that is asking you a couple of questions of your habits.
Right.
Traveling, the way you travel, the way you consume. So me, Andreas Georg, if everyone on the world would consume like I do, we would need 10 worlds. And that's just me.
Yeah.
So I need to change my habits.
Oh, well,
do I?
You are pretty unique though.